Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Wednesday, March 27th, 2024. So, in the morning notes, first I showed, on, I think it was last Thursday, there's a pattern that sometimes it's not even technical analysis, it's more a visual type thing, and I've been doing this for over 25 years, and you just kind of get a feel for what is going on. And typically when we get these big moves, we get anywhere from say 75 to 100 point pullback, bounce back up, make a top down, and this is what I'd put in Thursday, that I was anticipating I would not chase this. This is when we made that move up to the 5260, and that was the on the S&P. This is the ES here, and the 5260 was hit on the S&P, and this is the top. And I said I would not chase, and we got about say 90 point pullback. And then from here, we had the big gap up this morning that was taking place. And I put in the morning notes that I would not be surprised to see some kind of razzle dazzle where they gap it up and then bring it down to, I was saying even the 5290 on the S&P 500, or even the test of the lows. But in any case, it wasn't going to be a runaway market off of the gap open, because they needed to trap some people. They needed to wash out the bulls, the weak bulls, and then trap some bears that were anticipating the move that was going to come down and start the next bear market or whatever they're looking for. And from there, that would give them the juice for the spike higher. And that's pretty much what happened today. As we got the initial move, this spike up here, and then we made it up to, this is again showing the ES here. So we made it up to 5294, came all the way back down to the 5270. And then from there, that's where we made the spike up in the last really 45 minutes. So we kind of got what I was anticipating. And what I was going over today on our trade setup was we identified the early range that we were looking at. And this is based off of the options market, meaning that there's certain ways that, like I said, I was on an option desk for when I was a financial advisor, and we managed over 300 million, I believe it was. But in any case, I know what to look for and where supply and demand is, and it's really, it's good for the daily ranges. It's not something that you can play around with for long term, as far as what we do with sentiment timing in these reports. But when we're doing the credit spread mastery training, it's awesome, because you can use these. We can still have our long-term or intermediate-term view that people would trade on stocks. But if you're looking to make the daily trades, where like I've been saying, we've been doing close to $800 to $1,000 a day. These ranges are really important, because it's telling you what the options market is really pricing in. So we were looking down at the 5203 all the way up to the 5236. So when we had the gap up, this was the resistance zone, because we came back down, and this was the support that the bears needed to get through. They really needed to get through this right around that 5215 level, right pretty much where we were. And if they did, the risk was that we were going to come all the way back down to the lower part of the range that the options market was pricing in. But they were never able to. And once we got into this area and we had volatility that was really low, this is when we took our credit spread trade and we put it where the actual the options market was pricing the range at. And we built a position with the 5200s and sold the 5295s. And sold the 5235s and bought the 5240s. So it was a $1,200. That was the max we could have made. And we spent most of the day just going within this range. This was the major support that the bulls needed to get through. And as time went through and we got into the last really, say, 30 minutes of trading, our trade, the max that we could have made was 1,200. It was up between 900 and 1,000. And as you are seeing, as you saw in the email that I sent in this, I tell our members that if you're within 100 or 200 points of the max gains going into the last hour, take the money and run. Don't wait for this last hour, because we saw what happened here. We were up 900. Again, our members took profits, but we saw what happened in the last really 45 minutes of training. So here was the exact opposite. But we were fine with this just because everybody was already out down here. We didn't have to wait for it. But the thing is that the trades that I show them, I do it in a demo account because I send a lot of these out through YouTube, through this email that has 8,000 plus emails on it, and I don't want my live account out there. I'm sorry, I don't care if anybody it disagrees with it, but I'm not showing it. The demo trades are the exact same. They're real time. They go to exact same bid and ask. That's what the members are telling me on it. So there's no hidden thing on that. But in any case, I leave it open just because I want to show you what happens when this happens and you're in the trade, or this happens. And again, so I'm pretty sure almost everybody in our room got out with a $900 to $1,000 gain. If they did the 10, they may have done 5. So you just cut it in half. Some may have done 2. It's totally up to them what they're going to trade. I just do 10. So the thing is that they took their profits here. And then when it went up here, sure enough, it was a break-even trade for the trades that we made. So it was either going to be a $1,200 gain or nothing. So those kind of trades are, to me, if you can do this on a daily basis, why wouldn't you do it? It's simple. So my overall perspective on what I thought was going to be playing out was we're going to make a move. We're going to find some support after this backing and filling, and then move up and make new highs. The reason was there's no sell signals here, and if just using history as our guide, we're going to make new highs before this is all said and done. We're pretty close to it right now, 52.48 we landed at. Top was 52.62. If we're just kind of measuring it, I'm guessing we're going to make a move somewhere up into the 52.81, possibly even up to the 5,300. We're that close. So that's totally up to the market. We don't, I don't care on a daily basis. We know when we're expecting the intermediate term top. Our members know that for sentiment timing. So we let the markets do what it's going to do right now, and we just take the daily trades on it. So what it does, whether it makes it up to 5,300, 5,280, I'll let it do it. We know how to make these trades, whether we're getting these big bumps up or we're pulling back. It's more just reading the market. So excuse me. Anyway, so what one thing that you're going to see in that email as well is that I've been getting a lot of people that have been asking to try this for 2 weeks, and I decided this is for 5 people because, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and get 50, 60 people in this and try to track everybody down on what's going on. So the first 5 people, send me an email. If you want to do a 2-week trial, it's $200 because you're going to be able to make the same trades that we're making. And if you're going to turn around and be able to make 5, even let's just say you did a quarter of what we did, you're going to be making $600 for the week, or possibly, I can't say you're going to be, but the way our trades are going, you're going to make that money back within 2 weeks. So it's only for the first 5 people. That if you decide that you want to become a full member, which I'm pretty sure most people will, that $200 goes towards the actual fee that we charge. So getting back to this, we're running into the time period where you really need to look both ways. We're going to come a time in a not so distant future that we are going to make this top, and everybody's going to be buying the dip like they always do, and they are going to become the panic sellers as we're about to make the bottom. We know when that time is. Where it's going to end up, we'll find out. We know the time period, so it's coming up. Bears, they need to get it through this 52.04 to get any business going, but even then, they got to get it through to 51.90. So they have their work cut out for them. The Bulls got to get it above the 52.61. If they do, 52.81, 5,300 would be the next targets. So with that, Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.